everyone thinks they'd survive a saw trap. You know the type, commenting, I just do X, or that's just so easy, just do Y. Well, after analyzing thousands of hours of the Saw movies, I think I've found strategies that would let you, yes you, survive each of the Saw traps. And by the end of this video, if you ever find yourself stuck in Jigsaw's funhouse, you might make it out alive. And if you think that after hearing this, you could survive these traps, prove it. Hit subscribe. At 100,000 subscribers, I'll break down every single Saw trap ever made and how to exactly survive them. And if this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll explain how to survive all of Saw 3's traps. Let's start with everyone's favorite dental nightmare, the reverse bear trap. You know, because regular bear traps weren't spicy enough for Jigsaw. He had to make one that turns your face into a butterfly. Yeah, a very messy butterfly, that is. Now, I know what you're typing. Just dislocate your jaw like a snake. First of all, you're not a python. Second, this isn't just a party trick you can do on a whim. This is a device specifically engineered to turn your head into a blooming onion. Side note, I have never had a blooming onion before because I'm in Canada and we don't have good food. But for anyone that's had a blooming onion before, can you let me know if they're good? Because goddamn, those things look sexy. Anyways, the physics here aren't exactly on your side. Let's break down what we're actually dealing with. You wake up with what feels like the world's worst orthodontic headgear. There's a timer, your mouth is locked shut, and somewhere in your dead cellmate is the key to not becoming a blooming onion. Here's why most people would fail. They waste precious time panicking or trying to brute force the lock, or they worry about the ethics of ripping open their dead cellmate. This is a Saw movie. Let's be real. We're not giving a fuck about anybody else. We're in it so that we can survive. You're gonna notice that theme throughout the rest of the video, so get your horrified comments out of the way already. Amanda survived because she went straight for the solution. However unpleasant it actually was. So here's your actual survival strategy. The moment you wake up, ignore every instinct screaming at you to pull at the device. That's what Jigsaw wants. He's counting on you wasting time in denial. Instead, immediately check your surroundings for the tape player. Jigsaw loves his exposition. Listen to the full instructions once. No rewinding. You don't have time. And even while you're listening to instructions, start looking around the room. This is precious time. Jigsaw's biggest weakness is that he is a yapper. This man does not shut up. Use that to your advantage. Next, locate your cellmate and go straight for the stomach area. Then think of it as an extremely aggressive surgery without any medical degree or any consent forms whatsoever. Rip open that motherfucker and grab the key. The key here isn't strength or pain tolerance. It's speed and commitment. You have exactly 60 seconds before your face decides to fuck itself up. That's barely enough time to microwave a Hot Pocket, just so you know, let alone perform surgery on someone else. But if you think digging through a dead body is bad, wait until we talk about the bathroom, where your only escape option makes the reverse bear trap look like a spa day, because nothing says self-care quite like sawing off your own foot. You're chained to a pipe. There's a corpse between you and your new roommate, and you've got a rusty hacksaw that couldn't cut through warm butter. Congratulations, you're in Ohio. Just kidding, this is rock bottom, and the only way out is through your own ankle. The internet's full of armchair escape artists saying, just cut through the pipe. Yeah, because Jigsaw, the engineering genius who builds elaborate death machines, totally forgot about the basics of sawing through metal. He gave you a saw that can't cut through metal for a reason, and that reason is currently attached to your leg. Here's what actually gets people killed in this trap. They waste hours trying to be ethical or clever. Dr. Gordon only figured it out when he had minutes left, and by then, he was panic sawing through his ankle like a first-time cook trying to get through a frozen turkey. Your survival strategy? It's all about the first 5 minutes. Check your pockets immediately. Jigsaw loves hiding clues there. Then grab that hacksaw before your roommate gets any ideas. And unlike Gordon, maybe take off your sock first. No need to add fabric to your already questionable DIY surgery. The real trick isn't the sawing. It's making the decision fast enough that you've still got enough blood sugar to keep your brain working. Because trust me, once the shock and the blood loss kicks in, you're not exactly going to be solving puzzles like a fresh contestant on Jeopardy. See this spot right there? That's your target. Think of it like an aggressive ankle weight removal, just with more screaming and less going to the gym. But if you thought bathroom surgery was rough, wait until you see what Jigsaw did with home security. Let's talk about the Venus flytrap. Imagine waking up with your head in a metal death mask that looks like it was designed by someone who really misunderstood what facelift means. The catch? The key to not having your skull redecorated is behind your eye, because apparently Jigsaw went through an edgy poetry phase about looking within yourself. Now, before all you pre-med dropouts start commenting about optical anatomy, let me stop you right there. This isn't a question of whether you can survive without an eye. It's whether you can perform self-surgery before this DIY nutcracker turns your head into Mr. Peanut's fate. Spoiler alert, Mr. Peanut fucking died.
No. Maybe he'll be all right.
Let's break down why Michael failed. He spent precious seconds doing what any rational person would do. Screaming, crying, and generally just being a little bitch. Understandable, but not exactly productive when you have a giant fucking death trap on your head. Here's your survival blueprint. The second you wake up, start feeling for the scalpel. Don't waste any time looking into mirrors. Vanity's not gonna save you here. You're just gonna have to take the loss and know you're gonna be ugly the rest of your life. And then maybe don't wait until the last 3 seconds before you start the procedure. Just a thought. But here's the real kicker. The trap isn't actually testing your pain tolerance or surgical skills. It's testing whether you can overcome that primal voice screaming, "Don't stick metal things in your eye." Spoiler alert, most people can't, but hey, at least you'll see your failure coming, right up until you don't. Speaking of things that'll make you regret your life choices, let's dive into the needle pit. See what I did there? Because sometimes rock bottom includes hepatitis. I don't like this trap. For a reference, I think this is the most messed up thing ever thought of imaginable. I just don't like needles. I will faint when I get them. Whenever I gotta get a blood test done, I'm a little bitch and need a numbing cream and I gotta lay down and all the nurses make fun of me. Whatever. I'm giving you all permission to laugh at that, by the way. You can make fun of me for being scared of needles. Go ahead. Anyways, picture this. You're standing over a pit filled with thousands of used needles, and somewhere in that giant biohazard is the antidote that'll keep you from dying. It's like a ball pit at McDonald's, designed by someone who really hated their childhood. I can already see the comments rolling in. Just dump them all out. With what time, Einstein? The nerve gas is already turning your lungs into modern art, and that pit's deeper than your date's personality. Xavier's big brain solution was to throw someone else in, which, sure, worked great until karma caught up and gave him a new facial expression, permanently. Let's be smart on that, shall we? Here's your actual game plan. Grab anything flat and sturdy. Cardboard, wood, your friend's designer jacket, or, since other people have already died probably, a dead body. Think about that. Dead body in there gets all the needles. You stand on top of the dead body. Create layers to crawl on top of, like the world's worst game of Jenga. And maybe, just maybe, don't wear a crop top you saved for special occasions. Layer up. A needle's gonna have a harder time going through leather. But the real secret here, work smarter, not harder. These needles aren't arranged randomly. Jigsaw's an engineer and nothing is random. He's not a frat boy setting up beer pong. The antidote syringes are probably placed strategically near the edges or corners where they're less likely to break. Remember, the whole point of Jigsaw is that there needs to be a way to survive. He's not gonna let you accidentally break the way to survive. Think of it like a very spicy game of operations, except instead of the buzzer where you mess up, well, you get, let's just say your medical insurance provider is about to have some questions about your life choices. But if you thought the needle pit was hot garbage, wait until we literally talk about hot garbage. Welcome to the furnace trap, where Jigsaw said, fuck it, I'm pulling a Gordon Ramsay. The goal is simple. Get in, grab the antidote from the safe, and get out before you become human takeout. Of course, the comment section is about to be full of barbecue enthusiasts who are gonna tell me, just wrap yourself in wet blankets. Right, because Jigsaw, the guy who engineered a bear trap for your face, totally forgot about basic fire safety. Yeah, that's definitely not gonna be accounted for in the several thousand-degree industrial furnace. Let's analyze why Obi turned into human charcoal. He did what everyone else does in a saw trap. Hesitated, panicked, and tried to speedrun it at the last second. Pro tip, when dealing with an industrial furnace, maybe don't treat it like your microwave dinner timing. Here's your actual survival strategy. The moment that door opens, throw something in first to test the heat zones. It could be any type of object that is easily gonna combust, or another person if you're feeling like an asshole that day. I'm not gonna blame you. This is life or death. Map your path to safety before entering. It's not gonna be randomly placed. You just gotta trust that. And contrary to every action movie ever, don't dramatically dive out at the last second. Here's the real truth about this trap. This trap isn't about heat resistance or speed. It's about preparation and timing. You've got exactly enough time to do it right once. Try to rush it and, well, let's just say cremation usually happens after death, not during. From getting cooked to getting crushed, let's talk about the hand trap, where Jigsaw decided to reinvent the handshake in the worst possible way. Remember those grip strength trainers at the gym that you never used? Well, this is like that, except instead of improving your handshake, it's improving your chances of never shaking hands again. The trap's pretty straightforward. Your hand's stuck in a device that's slowly crushing it, like your dreams of becoming a hand model. The key's in a box that requires you to wait for it, sacrifice part of your hand to open it. Because apparently, Jigsaw never learned about the concept of compromise. Everyone in the comments is probably typing, just break your thumb like in Saw. First off, that was a different trap. Genius. Second, this isn't like escaping your mom's grip at the grocery store. This thing's designed to turn your fingers into abstract art. The actual strategy here is kind of simple and a little counterintuitive. Don't pull back. That's how you're gonna lose everything. Then target the smallest finger on your hand. hand. Sorry, Pinky, you're taking one for the team. And then maybe just mentally prepare how you're gonna tell your girlfriends that, yeah, you get the idea. But the secret that most victims miss, the device is calibrated for a full hand. Sacrifice the pinky immediately and the pressure distribution changes enough to potentially save the rest. It's like voting someone off the island in Survivor, except the island is your hand and the vote is non-negotiable. Think of it as aggressive finger painting, except you're the paint and your art career is about to get really, really niche. But if losing your fingers isn't your style, let's talk about the Razor Box, where Jigsaw turned think outside the box into the world's deadliest arm workout. Imagine a box with 2 armholes, lined with razor blades containing the antidote that'll save your life. It's like a cat adoption center designed by Edward Scissorhands. Reach in, but don't expect to reach out with the same amount of skin. The internet tough guys are already flexing in the comments. Just wear your jacket. Brilliant plan. Except Jigsaw, the guy who thought of literally everything else, somehow forgot the concept of sleeves. Yeah, right. The blades are angled specifically to snag and tear anything you try to protect yourself with. Congratulations, now you're stuck and bleeding. Let's dissect why Addison turned this into a blood donation speedrun. She did what everyone does. Panic and pulled back when the pain hit. Pro tip, when you're arm deep in razor blades, backward is literally the worst direction you could pick. That's like trying to remove a fish hook by yanking it. Spoiler alert, the barbs are there for a reason. Here's how you actually survive. First, you gotta accept that you're gonna bleed and this is gonna fucking hurt a lot. This isn't a negotiation. Next, you're gonna push forward, not back. Yes, it sounds crazy, but you have to trust the physics. And then maybe write your next job application with your non-dominant hand, because the one is going to be pretty fucked up after this. But anyways, the real trick here is the box has a pattern. Those blades aren't randomly placed. They're engineered to create specific paths. It's possible to get the antidote. It's going to hurt though. Just don't be dumb about it. And now for the grand finale, the entire nerve gas house, because this entire house is a trap in itself. Forget everything you've learned about the individual traps. This is Jigsaw's version of a battle royale. Instead of fighting other players, you're fighting off your own melting nervous system. It's like Big Brother. The eviction process is a bit more permanent, you know. Now, I can hear all the survival experts typing, just hold your breath. Cute. We're talking about nerve gas in a house for 2 hours, not holding your breath during a cinnamon challenge you posted on YouTube 10 years ago. Your lungs aren't exactly equipped to not breathe for 120 minutes. The real kicker here, every other trap we've discussed had one solution. This is 8 people, multiple traps, hidden antidotes, and a timer, all while your nervous system is basically pulling a Banksy. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while skydiving, except the cube is on fire and so are you, and somehow your ex is also there. I didn't invite her. I don't know why she's there. Here's your actual survival strategy. The first 15 minutes, you need to map all of your exits. Your next priority is finding all the antidote locations. Then maybe don't waste all your fucking time arguing with each other. Your trust issues with each other can wait until after you're not dying. But here's why this trap tops our list. It's not just about surviving one challenge. It's about surviving multiple challenges while your body betrays you, your mind fogs up, and everyone around you slowly loses their humanity. Think of it as an escape room designed by someone who thought regular escape rooms needed more actual escaping from life. But do you think you could survive these traps better than I explained? Prove it in the comments. I'll be waiting to see all of your master plans. Just try to keep it less graphic than Jigsaw. YouTube's already giving this video the side eye, and I would like to be able to pay my rent this month. You hit the like button, get this video to 10K likes. I'll break down how to survive all the traps in Saw 3. You know, the movie where even the traps had traps. Hit subscribe because at 100,000 subscribers, which we're getting close to, we're doing a complete breakdown of every single Saw trap ever. That's a big video, but I'm excited for it, so make it happen. If you want to watch more of my videos about Saw, click the video on screen right now.